Alrighty, good morning, parents. Everybody get some coffee, something to drink, something to eat.
좋은 아침입니다. 혹시 뭐 마실 거라든지 커피라든지 뭐 이렇게 음식 같은 거 좀 가져가셨나요?
Grab something if you need to. All right, we're going to get started in about a minute. There's a checklist in front of you. That's for use to take home later. We won't be using that today during the session, but this is something. Most of the tables have the Korean version. There's also English versions in the back if anybody needs that.
지금 앞에 보시면은 이제 체크리스트가 있는데요. 이거는 저희 그 수업 시간에는 활용하지 않고요. 나중에 집에 가져가셔가지고 활용해 주시면은 좋을 것 같아요.
All right. Let's go ahead and get started. First of all, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 17th or 18th, however you look at it, Parent University session here at SJA Elementary.
네, 오늘 아침에 오신 것들 환영하고요. 학부모 대학 시리즈에 오신 모든 분들 환영합니다.
All right. Big round of applause, not to me though. I want to give a round of applause for you, ladies, for all showing up. Round of applause for yourselves. Thank you guys for
서로
coming.
각자에게 박수를 보내주시면 좋을 것 같아요.
Your support really means a lot to me, and I'm really happy to be at a school where we have such good support from both administrators, like principals, like Mr. Griffith, and assistant teachers like Mr. Danny Che, and of course, wonderful parents like you. So it truly is my honor to be able to do something like this today. So I'm actually personally very happy.
네, 이 자리에 나와서 이렇게 발표할 수 있게 돼서 영광이고요. 또 여러분들의 그 정말 아낌없는 지원과 또 그 교장단 또 여러 다른 선생님들의 도움 없이는 이 자리에 있을 수 없었을 것 같았습니다.
Alrighty, let's see if I can get this. Okay, just real quick, how this is going to work today. I'm going to teach you a little bit about the why. Why do we learn music? I mean, is it really only for becoming a professional musician, or is there other methods and reasons for learning music? I'm going to give you some practical solutions for the how. That's probably the one that you're going to want to take the most photos with. The how is probably your best bang for your buck. And then at the end, I'll talk a little bit about some checklist items and some ideas for how you can apply this at home.
그래서 오늘 이제 세 가지 주제를 가지고 얘기를 나눌 건데요. 첫 번째는 이제 그 왜 저희가 이제 음악 교육을 하느냐, 그리고 두 번째는 how 어떻게 그런 음악 교육을 아이들하고 진행할 수 있으면 좋을까, 그리고 마지막으로는 이제 그 음악 교육의 여정을 진행하는 데 있어서 설문조사로 마무리하겠습니다.
See if I can do this. There we go. Look at that handsome devil over there.
잘생겼죠?
Oh, he's got so much hair.
머리카락이 엄청 많네요.
Teachers are not very good at doing bragging. We're inherently not good at this, but very quickly I do need to run by why is this bald man standing in front of you and giving you advice? And I think it's important to understand where I come from.
그래서 왜 이렇게 저희가 이 자리에 나와서 이렇게 제 이력을 간단하게 말씀드린 이유는 도대체 왜 이 대머리 아저씨가 여기 앞에서 이런 얘기를 하고 있나를 말씀을 드려야 되는 게 좋을 것 같아요.
So I've got a doctorate in education. I have 2 master's degrees, a bachelor's of education, and an associate's degree. So I went to college 5 times, and all 5 of those are related to education and music.
네, 그래서 저는 이제 대학원 포함 그 박사과정 포함해서 5개의 학교를 다녔고요. 다 이제 음악 또는 교육과 관련된 학위를 받았습니다.
But more importantly than that, I've also taught things that are not music. I've been a classroom teacher, I've been an administrator, I've been a math teacher, I've been a librarian, been a coach. I've been lots of different things, and I can see the benefit of music education and how it links to other disciplines, not just music.
그래서 지금 저는 현재 음악 교사이긴 하지만 그 담임 선생님도 그 경험이 있고 또 도서관 사서도 했었고 또 코치도 했었고 또 행정 그 역할도 여러 가지 역할을 했었는데 이제 그런 경험을 통해서 음악 교육이 얼마나 중요한지 또 얼마나 그 힘이 있는지를 더욱더 이제 경험하고 느끼게 되었습니다.
Okay, so just real quickly, I'm also wearing 2 hats today. I'm a teacher, but as most of you know, I also have 2 daughters, and so they're both in middle school now, and I've gone through this process myself personally. And there's a teacher's side of me, but there's also a dad side of me that wants to just shout and say, practice your piano. my job is piano teacher. You know, so I get it. I really do get it. I just want you to know I'm wearing both today.
So
I'm not
오늘-
only doing the teacher thing. I'm a dad too,
그래서
so I
오늘
get
저는
it.
이제 두 가지 이제 그 모자를 쓰고 있는데요. 하나의 모자는 이제 그 교사 선생님으로서의 모자, 그리고 하나는 또 부모로서의 모자를 역할을 이제 하는데 저는 아시겠지만 두 아이를 둔 부모님이고 두 아이가 지금 중학교 다니고 있고요. 그래서 저는 선생님으로서뿐만 아니라 부모로서도 이런 일들을 경험을 했습니다. 저도 이제 아빠로서 가끔 아이들에게 소리 지르고 싶고 또 아이들 연습하라고 좀 푸시를 하고 싶은 그런 마음이 있습니다.
I can do this. There we go. Okay, so just very quickly, the why. I think most of us inherently understand the why here, but most importantly, we need to start thinking of music education not in terms of it's about being on stage and performing or playing a scale correctly or a song correctly. We need to get out of that mindset kind of almost immediately. It's sort of like why we study math. We're not all going to be accountants. We're not all going to be CPA. But yet, should we study math? Well, of course we should. We never get to the point where we just tell our first grade child, you know what, I don't think math is for you. I don't think you need, you're never going to be a mathematician, so you don't need to learn multiplication. We've never done that in the history of education ever. Music really is the same thing. Let's get out of the thinking that we need it only to perform, to be on stage, to be a musician, because that's really not the main purpose of music.
그래서 이제 제일 첫 번째 이제 왜에 관한 질문인데요. 간단하게 설명을 드리자면 음악은 뭐 훌륭한 음악가가 되기 위해서 전문 음악가가 되거나 또 어떤 음악을 연주를 하거나 이제 그런 것들만 있는 게 아니고 저희가 이제 아이들한테 회계사가 되기 위해서 수학을 배우라고 하지 않는 것처럼 음악 또한 그런 마찬가지라고 생각을 합니다.
There's so many distractions these days as parents. Smartphones, social media, Instagram, TikTok, cyberbullying, caffeine, drugs, and all these things that as parents we always worry about, like, violent video games, and we just think, gosh, this whole world is so, everything they can't do, everything we want to say, oh, don't do that, you're going to get hurt, don't do that, you're going to get addicted, don't do that, you think, what can my kid do? Music is kind of one of the absolute best things. If I had to advocate for two things at school, join a team sport, do sports, and do some sort of music. It is one of the healthiest things you could do for your child's mood, memory, English learning, stress relief, self-expression, and best of all, it's free. We have ASAs, we have team sports, it's just do it. Just sign them up. We've got coaches, we've got teachers, and we love teaching that topic.
그래서 이제 지금 저희 이제 현재 이제 세상을 보면은 아이들이 여러 가지 이제 방해하는 요소들이 있잖아요. 스마트폰이라든지 또 왕따 문제라든지 또 여러 가지 아이들에게 하지 말라고 하는 것들이 굉장히 많은데 음악은 아이들에게 꼭 격려하고 꼭 더 하라고 이렇게 할 수 있는 그런 기술인 것 같아요. 지금 이제 제가 이제 두 가지 학교에 다니면서 학부모님들한테 조언을 드리자면 꼭 팀 스포츠에 등록을 하시고 그래서 이제 운동 아이들 시켜주시고요. 그리고 음악과 관련된 어떤 프로그램 이런 것들도 꼭 진행 꼭 같이 해주시면 좋을 것 같아요. 다 공짜거든요. 그래서 그런 부분들이 아주 좋은 기회가 될 수 있을 것 같습니다.
Now, having said that, we all have children of different ages here. So raise your hand if you have a child that's maybe 3 years old or younger. So
그래서
3,
혹시
2, 1.
3살 이하의 아이 자녀가 계신 분들 손을 한번 들어주시겠어요?
Anybody? Oh, we don't. Come on, we've got some young moms in here. I know at least one of y'all.
여기 젊은 어머님들이 계신 거 다 알고 있습니다.
All right, raise your hand if you have a child between 3, 4, and 5. That would be the early childhood.
3살, 4살,
pre-K.
5살의 자녀가 있으신
All right, there's my
분들
young
손
moms.
들어주시고요.
You go, girl. All
어머님들이시고요.
right. What about middle childhood? That's
그래서
6, 7,
6,
8. There we
7,
go.
8세
Hey, you're
자녀분들이
doing good, mama. You're looking real good. Keep it up.
예.
And then what about later childhood?
그래서
That's
이제 그 후기 9에서 12세
my kid's
어머님.
13.
네, 제
13.
아이는
That's
13살이고요.
why it was so luxurious. So
굉장히 제가
nice.
풍성했었고요. 이전에는
I was so good looking. Anyways, we need to also keep in mind when we talk about my child does piano or my son does drums, How old is your son? That's a really key component. So try not to get confused if you hear one of your friends talking about, oh, you got to go to this piano school. My child is doing piano. And meanwhile, you have a 3-year-old at home, but they're talking about a 10-year-old. Those are very different developmental levels, and it may not be the best fit for you at that time.
그래서 이제 누가 이제 뭐 이웃이라든지 다른 분이 우리 아이가 피아노를 해라고 했을 때 중요하게 보셔야 되는 게 이제 연령인데요. 그 이제 피아노를 한다는 친구는 10살일 수도 있고, 근데 우리 아이가 3살이라고 한다면은 아이가 이제 성장하는 그런 발달 단계가 완전히 다르기 때문에 그런 부분들을 유의하시고 고려를 해주셔야 됩니다.
All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about how to make a good environment at home. And
그래서 이제 집에서 어떻게 긍정적인 학습 환경을 만들 수
you can
있고.
go ahead and take your phones out if you want. Some of these, I like to start with the don'ts first and then move on to the do's. So normally I'm not going to read this, but today, let's do English class style. So did you guys bring your English speaking voice? You ready?
그래서 오늘 보통 이게 제가 이거를 읽으라고 이렇게 말씀드리진 않는데 오늘은 이제 영어 수업도 같이 병행하려고
Ready?
합니다.
Here we go.
그래서 한번 같이
3,
읽을
2,
준비하세요.
1. Don't force practice sessions or create unnecessary. 다 같이 해야죠. 한 번 더. 시작. Don't force practice sessions or create unnecessary pressure. Okay, I'm not going to do the whole thing. Good job. The second one, though, don't compare your child's progress to another because that's all it is going to do is make your kid feel bad. It's not going to get the result that you want, even though you may feel that way.
그래서 이제 두 번째 이제 다른 아이들하고의 어떤 성장에 관해서 이제 아이하고 비교하시면 안 되고요. 그 비교를 하게 되면은 아이가 이제 좌절하기만 하고 또 이제 여러분들이 원하는 그런 결과, 그 이득을 받으실 수 없습니다.
And try not to focus on technical perfection all the way up until about age 12. If they are technically imprecise, what that means is, let's say you're supposed to cross over your finger using the thumb, and let's pretend they don't. They do some weird little thing. If it sounds good, and as long as they can play at a decent speed, it's fine.
그래.
I'll work on that, but for you, just say, oh yeah, that works, okay.
그래서
that
이제
works.
그런 기술적인 부분, 기술적인 완성도에만 집중하지 마시고요. 그래서 아까 예를 들어서 이제 그 손가락이 그 원래 그 배운 대로 움직여지지 않는다고 하더라도 그거를 이제 교정하기보다는 아이가 그 소리를 잘 내고 또 음악을 만들 수 있다고 한다면은 격려를 해주시면 될 것 같아요. 그 교정하는 이제 역할은 선생님이 해주실 수 있습니다.
Try not to use negative words or criticism. Try to do the opposite of that. If you hear the song and it's too staccato, dun 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 dun. Instead of saying, "That's not staccato. What are you doing?" Flip it. Say, "That was good. Can you try to play that legato this time?" Da, 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 da. And then if you kind of mimic it, it'll get the intention that you want better than saying, "That's not what's written."
그래서 이제 거기 그 부정적인 언어를 사용하는 것보다 좀 긍정적인 언어로 변화를 바꿔서 이렇게 말씀해 주시면 좋을 것 같아요. 예를 들자면은 그 음악 악보에 스타카토라고 이렇게 딱딱하게 이제 쳐야 되는 상황이 올 텐데, 왜 너 딱딱하게 안 쳤어?라고 스타카토로 안 쳤어?라고 얘기하기보다는 우리 레가토로 조금 더 부드럽게 한번 쳐보자라고 이렇게 말을 해주시고 또 격려를 해주시면서 이렇게 도와주시면은 더욱 더 좋은 효과가 있을 것 같습니다.
And then lastly, try not to be too involved with the practice session. At some point, we all know this. We're all parents. We get this. It's difficult for us. It's not difficult for children. We have to let go a little bit every day, right? So try not to be too overly involved in their practice session. It's better just to take them to the place, let them practice, and when they're done practice, instead of saying, Jamie says so, what was your favorite thing about practice today? Make it an answer instead of ne, año. Try to make it a full sentence. Hey, what song are you working on right now? Try to make it a conversation, but don't be in the room watching them play. That's not the hi-hat. No, that's the crash. What are you doing? Don't do that. That's
그
not
연습-
gonna. It's not gonna help.
예, 그래서 이제 마지막으로는 연습 시간에 너무 관여를 하지 않으시면 좋을 것 같아요. 아이가 이제 그 연습하는 장소에 가서 연습을 자유롭게 할 수 있게 내버려 두시고 이제 질문을 할 때 재밌었어? 그래서 예 아니오라는 대답으로 이제 아이들에게 질문하기보다도 어떤 부분이 재밌었어라고 이렇게 좀 오픈 열려 있는 질문을 아이에게 해주시면서 그 아이가 그 연습하는 데 있어서 즐거움을 느낄 수 있도록 해주시면 좋고 아까 말씀드린 것처럼 절대로 옆에 가가지고 계속 뚫어지게 쳐다보지는 말아주시면 좋을 것 같아요. 그러면서 이제 계속해서 아이들 그 하나하나 지적하는 거는 조금 지양해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
This next part is about what definitely the do's, and these are really crucial. I still remember when my oldest child got into first grade, and I was meeting with the first grade teacher, and he asked about my daughter's homework area at home. And, you know, he was a pro. He knew what he was suggesting. He said, you know, Mr. Smith, do you describe to me your daughter's homework area? And it hit me. My daughter needs a homework area. Because she was in kindergarten before then. She doesn't need a homework area. But in first grade, they do. They need a clean, neat place to do homework at home. That was the first time I realized, oh my gosh, I've been teaching for 15 years at that moment, and I didn't realize, oh yeah, my own kid needs that too.
그래서 이제 그
So the first
제가
part
이제
is make sure they have a dedicated space to
이제
play that
이-
instrument.
그 지정된 장소 그리고 이제 그 방해 요소가 좀 없는 장소를 이렇게 지정을 해주시는 게 좋은데 예를 들어서 저희 아이가 이제 초등학교 1학년 때 이제 선생님하고 이제 상담을 하는 데 있어서 그 이제 선생님께서 숙제할 수 있는 장소 지정된 장소가 있어요라고 이제 저한테 물어보셨어요. 근데 그때 제가 또 확 깨달은 게 저도 이제 그 교육자로서 15년 정도 이상 제가 교육을 했지만 아이에게 그 지정된 숙제 장소를 제공을 해주지 않았다는 그 부분을 또 놓치고 있었다는 거를 느꼈어요. 그래서 음악 교육에서도 마찬가지로 이렇게 그 지정된 장소를 제공해 주시면은 좋습니다.
The next tip is about making a regular session. So instead of doing, when we have time, let's practice, like set it. And if your child feels the self-efficacy enough to pick that time with you, go ahead and pick one. Make it a conversation. A great example would be, all right, you told me that you're interested in playing more piano. Let's find a time that's good for piano. Let's see, Mondays you have soccer. Do you really want to play on Mondays? Because that's kind of your sweaty, sporty day. Okay, Tuesday, you don't have ASC on Tuesday. How about 20 minutes every day when you get home after a snack? How does that sound? We'll do that for, let's say, 3 months, and then we'll look up and see how that works. And then just stick to it. Don't change.
그래서 이제 지금 이제 정기적으로 시간을 정하시고 루틴을 정해주셔가지고 연습을 진행해 주시면 좋은데요. 예를 들자면은 이것도 아이하고 같이 상의를 해주시면 좋을 것 같아요. 아이하고 이제 월요일 날 축구가 있는데 축구 갔다 와서 이제 하기는 좀 힘드니까 그럼 우리가 화요일 날 ASA가 없으니까 ASA 이후에 그러면 한 15분 정도 20분 정도 한번 해볼까 이렇게 아이들하고 상의를 해보시고 그럼 3개월 정도 해보면서 이제 분위기가 어떤지 느낌이 어떤지 한번 같이 생각해보자 하시고 그 스케줄은 꼭 지켜주셔야 됩니다.
Next part is just celebrate whatever small victory they have. And that sometimes it's the same thing as when they're learning English. We have something that's called one-to-one correlation, meaning this letter means this sound. And once your kid first hears that sound and identifies it, it's a big deal. It could be the same thing as on the piano. They play, da 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 da. And you might be a concert pianist, and you're thinking, really? Really? You want me to clap for that? You're in 5th grade. Really? You celebrate it. Say, honey, you did it. One more time. Let me see it. Da, 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 da. Oh my gosh. I've never seen you do that before. How does that feel? Celebrate it. Even though in your mind, you got a long way to go, kid.
그래서 칭찬을 많이 해주시는 게 중요한 게 지금 이제 여러분들이 혹시 또 전문 피아니스트이실지는 모르겠지만 내 아이가 이제 5학년이 됐는데 간단한 그런 코드 정도만 이렇게 치고 있다면 물론 이제 마음속으로는 아이고 갈 길이 멀다 칭찬할 게 어디 있을까라고 이제 고민하시겠지만 그래도 작은 그런 성공 승리를 캐치하셔가지고 크게 칭찬해 주시면 좋을 것 같습니다.
I want you to be patient, and then in the end, I want you to communicate openly with your child and their music teacher. So I understand that I have a biasness for this because I am a music teacher, but if the music teacher gives your child a task, for example, I want you to play this song, 2 hands, C major scale, 2 octaves, 120 BPM, you might be like, no, that's wrong. So actually a better method would be the pentatonic scale, alternating, and 3 octaves, just baby steps. Just trust the process. It takes some time, and just communicate openly. When your child says, this is hard, Mom, I can't do this. Acknowledge it. Babe, this is hard. Oh my gosh, I remember learning this. This was super hard. Take your time. If it doesn't work today, that's okay. We're gonna work at it tomorrow, all right? Take a break, we'll come back to it.
그래서 이제 진행할 때 인내심을 가지고 아이들하고 이제 그 성장 과정을 집중해 주시면 좋을 것 같은데요. 이제 예를 들자면은 그 선생님께서 그 음악 선생님이 뭐 이렇게 어떤 방법으로 이제 아이들을 지도를 할 때 그 부분에 있어서 그거를 부정하지는 마시고 이거 더 어려운 거 해야 돼라고 이렇게 하지 마시고 그 작은 그 천천히 진행되는 그런 성장 과정들에 또 지원을 해 주시고 또 도와주시면 좋을 것 같습니다.
Okay, I want to hear from y'all now. I'm sure you've been familiar with this format. This is an app that we use called Padlet. And the question I'd like you all to answer, you can write in Korean or in English or any language you feel comfortable in. The question I'd like you to use with this app is, recall your own childhood memories of music learning, if you have any. And that can include a failure. You tried something and it just didn't work. That's okay. What was it like? Did that method work for you? Did you give it up? Or did you persevere? Did you keep going? Did you end up enjoying the instrument, or did you hate it? What kind of experience did you want for your child? And that's kind of the main part. As parents, we need to always link back to what our childhood was and how that might be shaping our current children, because it is a little bit of a biasness. So just let's make that a conversation. Go ahead and open it up on your smartphone. If
그래서
you guys
이제
want
여기
to.
보시면은 여기 스마트폰으로 이제 여기 열어서 이제 한번 보셨을 것 같은데요. 일단은 이제 서로 이제 대화를 잠깐 하는 시간을 갖겠습니다. 그래서 여러분들의 어린 시절의 그 경험을 잠깐 기억해 보시고 음악 그 교육에 관한 경험을 기억해 보시고 어떤 느낌이었는지, 그리고 그 계속해서 그 포기를 하셨는지 아니면은 끈기 있게 진행을 하셨는지, 그리고 그 과정에서 그 악기 그 연주하는 게 즐거웠는지 아니면은 싫었는지, 그리고 어떠한 여러분들의 아이들에게 어떠한 경험을 갖게 해주기를 원하는지 등 이런 질문들을 잠깐 공유를 해주시면 나누시면 좋을 것 같습니다.
All right, I'll give you all about 5 minutes, if that's okay.
그래서
Take
5분
some time.
정도 시간을 드리겠습니다.
Alrighty, I see a few messages. More importantly, I hear a lot of good discussions about learning music as y'all's kid. That's great. All right, can I just do a quick question real quick? Can you
지금
raise your,
간단히 질문 한번 드릴게요. 지금 이렇게 토론도 열심히 하고 계시고 또 이렇게 질문들 올려주셔서 감사드립니다.
can you raise your hand if at some point in your life you took piano lessons?
인생에서 피아노 레슨 받으신 적이 있다. 손 들어주시면
Okay,
감사하겠습니다.
cool. All right, how about some sort of percussion? That could be drums, it could be the traditional, the...
타악기 같은 거를 하셨던
Anybody?
경험이 있으시다.
Oh, come on, really? Ladies, thank you. Woodwinds, any woodwinds? So flute, recorder.
플룻 뭐
단추.
이런 그 관악기를 하셨던 경험이 있는 분.
Great, awesome. Stringed instruments, violin, viola,
현악기
cello.
하셨던 분들.
Awesome. Any of the traditional instruments from Korea, the
그래서 전통악기,
kayagum or
한국
anything? Haegum?
전통악기를 또 배우셨던 분들, 경험 있으신 분들 손 들어주세요.
So this is like my dream. I really, really want us at SJA to have like a kayagum class, but like nobody signs up for it every time. So
그래서 그때 가야금 이제 수업을 하고 싶은데 아무도 이렇게 등록을
if
안
you
하네요.
ladies could just get some kayagums in the school, I'd be really thankful.
네,
Thank
학교에서
you.
가야금을 좀 지원할 수 있으면 좋을 것 같습니다.
All right, we'll move over now. All righty, let's keep going. All right, great. I have a case for you. This is the case of reading. I've been teaching in elementary schools for, almost 20 years now, and a common question I've gotten throughout my career is, how do I get my kid to be a good reader? And it's a really good question, because it's like the magic pill, right? If I can just snap my fingers and make my kid a good reader, we all know school's going to be a breeze, right? Because reading is the main thing that links all subjects, right? So how do you get your kid to be a reader? Well, it's actually really simple. You have to read. And I don't mean behind closed doors. I mean in front of your child, read a book. Your book. Not a kid's book. Your book.
그래서 이제 제가 이제 20년 가까이 여기 그 교사를 하면서 받는 이제 좀 질문 중에 많은 질문 중에 하나가 어떻게 하면 우리 아이가 독서를 잘하는 아이로 키울 수 있을까요?라는 질문을 받는데 아주 훌륭한 질문이고 또 만약에 그런 어떤 손가락 하나 까딱 해가지고 저희가 아이가 자연스럽게 책을 읽을 수 있는 그런 마법 같은 주문이 있다면 얼마나 좋을까 하는 생각을 해요. 근데 사실 그 해답은 굉장히 간단합니다. 여러분들이 책을 읽으시면 됩니다. 아이들 책을 같이 읽는 게 아니고 여러분들이 좋아하는 어른 책을 같이 보이는 데서 골방에서 읽지 마시고 아이들이 보는 앞에서 읽으시면 됩니다.
So in my house, I cook dinner almost every evening. I have one day a week that I'm allowed to do delivery food, and it's my favorite day of the week.
그래서 이제 저희가 이제 매일 제가 이제 요리를 하는데 일주일에 한 번 그 배달 음식을 먹을 수 있는 그런 기회가 있어요.
But like, how did I learn to cook as often as I did? It's the same thing as reading. I saw my mom and my dad cook every day, and I just asked a lot of questions. I was in the kitchen often, and I noticed how she cooked, just observing her, and how my dad cooked. And now as a parent, I've got one kid that asks a lot of questions about food. The other one just eats everything. It's awesome. But it's the same for reading. I always saw my dad with a book in his hand, like nonstop. And so it made perfect sense that when the book fair happened, I bought books too, and I read it in the same room as my dad, but nobody told me to do it. Like nobody said, hey son, come here, read a book with me. It was just sort of a natural thing. Because I saw that growing up, I became a reader. So I knew once I had kids, I got my little Kindle, and I would get my sofa, and I'm like, oh, this book is really good. Oh, it's scary. Oh, wait, you like scary books? Yeah. Oh, it's scary. I said it's scary. And then she came out and said, what are you doing? Reading a book? You want to do it too? I want you guys to consider the same thing. If your goal truly is for your child to be musical, it's never too late. You can do that too. It's actually a great learning experience to be vulnerable in front of your child, to make mistakes, and just to start with do, re, mi, fa, so, like in front of your kid. It's actually liberating. So I highly recommend it. If you haven't considered it, maybe consider music together.
그래서 이제 제가 이제 요리를 할 수 있었던 이유는 또 제가 이제 어렸을 때 부모님이 이제 요리를 하는 거를 또 굉장히 많이 보고 옆에서 질문하고 해서 제가 요리하는 그 모습이 익숙해서 저도 이제 자연스럽게 요리를 따라하게 됐었고요. 그리고 독서도 마찬가지입니다. 이제 저희 아버님께서 제가 기억하는 아버님은 손에서 책을 놓지 않으셨던 분이고 그랬기 때문에 그 모습을 보면서 자연스럽게 저도 책을 가지고 아빠 옆에 앉아가지고 책을 읽고 누가 저에게 책을 읽으라고 강요하거나 이렇게 말을 한 적은 없어요. 제 그 모습을 보고 자연스럽게 그렇게 이제 책을 읽게 되었고요. 음악도 마찬가지인 것 같습니다. 아이들이 음악을 통해서 부모님들이 음악을 하는 아주 간단한 음악이라도 괜찮아요. 도레미 이렇게 그냥 치는 것도 괜찮은데 아이들이 그 음악을 하는 모습을 보면서 자연스럽게 그 호기심이 생기고 또 자연스럽게 아이들이 그 음악 그 악기라든지 음악 앞에 서서 관심을 가지게 되는 상황이 올 것 같습니다.
This next case is more about the emotional impact of practicing and getting a good practice routine for music. So I want you to consider how we taught our kids to brush their teeth. When we brush our teeth, we always do it right before we go to sleep, right? It's part of our nighttime routine. We tell the kid, come on over, let's brush our teeth. It's not like negotiable. Oh, but mom, I don't want to do it tonight. Yeah, but we still got to, right? Because we got germs on her. Here, I'm doing it too. It's okay. And eventually they learn this is what we do as people. We brush our teeth. We don't have to, it's not a negotiation. I don't know, do you not want to brush it today? Let's ask your teacher. No, brush their teeth. You don't have to compare to your friend. My friend Jihyun, her daughter brushes her teeth 5 times a day. How do you think that makes me feel? You don't have to do that. Your kid is going to be like, Mom, do you want me to brush my teeth? I'll do it for you, Mom. We don't do it for us. We do it for your own teeth. It's the same thing. This is how, if you want to consider a practice routine, don't consider, whenever we have free time, we can practice. That's the same thing as whenever you have free time, you can brush your teeth. That's not how we brush our teeth, right? We do it steadily, regularly. Pick a time and stick with it. So for example, every night before we go to bed, we're going to brush our teeth. Great. So if you want them to practice cello, awesome. Every Thursday from 4:30 to 5:30, you're playing cello call it 1 semester. For 1 semester, we're going to do that. And if you really don't like it after that, we'll talk.
But 이제 정서적인 그런 이제 영향력과 관련해서 이제 그 음악 하는 것도 이를 닦는 거랑 비교할 수 있는데요. 저희가 아이들에게 이를 닦으라고 강요하지도 않고 자연스럽게 습관처럼 그 정해진 시간에 정해진 방법으로 정해진 그 횟수로 이제 하는 것처럼 음악도 마찬가지로 시간을 정해놓고 아이들에게 이거 엄마를 위해서 이빨 닦아요라고 얘기하지 않잖아요. 저희가 자기 이빨을 위해서 이빨을 닦지. 그래서 아이들에게도 음악도 마찬가지로 정해진 시간이나 이렇게 루틴을 정하셔가지고 해야 되는 그러니까 자연스럽게 하는 것 이렇게 인지하고 받아들일 수 있게 해주시면 좋을 것 같아요.
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit more about how to engage at home practically. You got the do's and the don'ts, my favorite. So, if we're talking about exposure, which is sort of, think of it like a diet. You know, salad, eating salad, that's really healthy for us. Nobody would disagree that eating a salad every day is bad for you. It's very good for you. I should eat more salad. I don't. But if you eat salad every single day, you're missing some nutrients, right? You need to also eat fruits and vegetables and protein. Think of it that way. When we're talking about different musical genres, different musical styles, I know you want your child to be possibly a classical pianist one day, but there's a whole world of musical genres out there, and they're just as equally as important as classical.
그래서 이제 저희가 이제 한 가지 음악 그 장르에만 아이들을 노출을 시키지 말아달라고 하는 거는 영양소를 골고루 섭취해야 되는 것과 같습니다. 이제 아이들이 계속해서 채소만 먹으면은 좋을 것 같기는 한데 결과적으로 이제 그 과일도 먹어야 되고 또 단백질도 필요하고 여러 가지 영양소들이 골고루 섭취가 돼야 되는데 아이들에게 이제 여러분들이 이제 물론 아이들이 그 클래식 음악에 정통하고 조예가 깊은 아이로 성장시키기를 원하는 건 알지만 그래도 여러 가지 그런 다양한 장르들을 통해서 아이들이 음악에 대해서 더 호기심과 또 관심을 이렇게 유지를 하고 더 배양시킬 수 있습니다.
Yeah, and try not to force your child to listen to music that they don't really, they're really not into. I know a lot of us do like to try to hear children's music when they're really young, and I'm here to tell you that children's music on its own isn't bad. You know, the small children's music, but by the time they come to school, they can move on to real music, quote unquote adult music, as long as it doesn't have bad language and bad, concepts, of course. Try to think of it like baby food. If we kept eating baby food all the way up until first grade, that's a little bit strange, right? Children's music is kind of the same. By the time they get to my classroom, they can listen to real music. It's okay. They're ready for
그래서
that.
제 아이들이 어렸을 때는 이제 뭐 어린이 음악을 듣고 하는 게 어린이 음악이 나쁘다는 게 아니고 들을 수 있지만 이제 제가 가르치는 킨더가든 또 1, 2학년 정도 이제 나이가 되면 아이들이 이제 어른 음악을 들어도 물론 이제 그 내용이라든지 그 콘텐츠가 이제 아이들에게 적절하다는 전제 하에서 들어도 크게 상관없습니다. 아이들이 이제 그 이유식 먹는 것처럼 어렸을 때는 이제 이유식을 먹지만 이제 좀 커서는 그 씹는 음식을 먹어도 되는 것처럼 음악도 마찬가지입니다.
And try not to discourage exploration with different instruments. A great example is, okay, your kid said they want to learn cello, so you buy an 200만 원짜리 cello, and you're like, guess what, kid? You're playing this now forever. And then they play it a little bit, and then suddenly they're like, Ma, can I play guitar? No. You know why? Because of that. And you're like, I kind of like guitar though. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Did you say cello? No, I want a guitar. No. You have a cello. You're confused. It's okay. Allow them to, they're going to come back to it maybe, but allow them to experiment a little bit. It's fine. It's natural. Don't discourage it.
그래서 다양한 이제 악기를 가지고 실험할 수 있는 그런 기회들을 주시고 또 다른 악기를 하고 싶다고 해서 그 부분을 이렇게 좀 귀를 닫으시거나 좌절시키지 않으셨으면 좋겠어요. 예를 들자면 이제 아이가 이제 첼로를 하고 싶다고 얘기했는데 그래서 200만 원짜리 첼로를 구입을 해서 이제 준비를 하고 있는데 며칠 후에 나는 첼로 안 하고 나 기타 하고 싶어라고 했을 때 아이들에게 그 아이들의 요구라든지 아이들의 그 제안을 너무 무시하지는 마시고 여러 가지 경험할 수 있는 실험해 볼 수 있는 기회들을 제공해 주시면 좋습니다.
Music practice should also never be a chore. It's sort of like, if we're angry at our child, we would never say, that's it, go read an English book for 30 minutes. Kids are like, okay, thank you. Same thing, as a punishment, we should never say, that's it, look at this dirty room. You're not eating your vegetables, that's it. 1 hour, a piano. Your kid is going to start associating practice with, this is a bad thing. It's never a bad thing. It's just like practicing basketball, shooting basketballs. It's good for your basketball game. Reading is good for your brain. Practice is never punishment.
그래서 이제 음악 연습, 이제 악기 연습하는 거를 벌로 절대로 주시면 안 돼요. 이제 만약에 이제 너 방 청소 안 했어, 너 이거 뭐 야채 안 먹었어, 1시간 동안 연습해라고 이렇게 이제 연결을 시켜버리면 아이는 그 연습하는 것과 연습하는 게 부정적인 의미로 다가가게 되고 지금 이제 저희가 이제 그 벌로 30분 영어책 읽어라고 얘기하지 않는 것처럼 아이들에게 이런 그 연습과 그 벌을 연결을 안 시키면 좋습니다.
I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit. All right, let's talk about some of the do things. Sing together regularly, even if you don't consider yourself musical. We all have an instrument right now. We're all singers. Some of us are better than others, some of us less better than others, but we can all sing. So if you're washing dishes, turn on some music. If you're cleaning the house, turn on an album, put an LP on and sing along. And it can be your music. I'm talking, it can be Japanese city pop from the 70s. It can be, early first wave K-pop. It can be 90s hip hop. Whatever you're into, sing. Your kid is going to naturally see, Mom, you know how to be a rapper? Be like, yeah, oh my gosh, yeah.
그래서 이제 하실 수 있는 거는요, 같이 좀 정기적으로 노래를 불러주시면 좋을 것 같아요. 뭐 여러분들 중에 이제 내가 이렇게 음악적으로 탁월하지 않다라고 하시더라도 저희는 모든 다 지금 악기를 하나씩 가지고 계시는데 알고 계시는 것처럼 저희 목소리가 악기가 될 수 있는데 그 집에서 집안일을 하시거나 뭐 어딘가에 있을 때 그 음악을 틀어놓고 하시면 좋아요. 그게 꼭 자기가 원하는 거, 여러분들이 좋아하시는 뭐 70년대 뭐 K-팝일 수도 있고 아니면은 뭐 일본 음악일 수도 있고 뭐 다른 여러 가지 장르일 수도 있고 랩일 수도 상관없고요. 그래서 아이들이 이제 그런 걸 들으면서 또 엄마나 아빠가 와 엄마가 이렇게 랩을 잘했어라고 또 이렇게 질문을 하면서 자연스럽게 그런 여러 가지 음악에 이렇게 받아들일 수 있는 그런 좋은 기회가 될 것 같습니다.
Definitely do attend concerts. And when I say concert, it doesn't have to be classical. Of course, SJA has a really great concert series for high school and middle school. We have talent shows. Even if you don't have a kid in that show, show up. They're great. But of course, outside of the school, we have a lot of other options too. The Sogipo Art Center has got concerts basically every weekend. Cloud Art Hall, they have something almost every week. It's just a great experience for your kid to go together. And I will tell you the short version, there's nothing that replaces live music. I know we like to think that, we'll just turn it on virtually. That's fine. But the act of coming down, sitting in an audience, and watching someone perform, regardless of the genre, you can't replace it with anything. It's a great experience, especially, it could be like mother-daughter, mother-son bonding. It's a good experience. I highly recommend it.
그래서 이제 제가 이제 강력하게 추천드리는 거는 콘서트라든지 뮤지컬 또 여러 가지 그런 퍼포먼스에 참여를 하시는 거예요. 그게 꼭 클래식 음악일 필요는 없고요. 저희 SJ에서도 고등학교에서 또 그 수준 높은 콘서트랑 또 여러 가지 그런 공연들이 있어요. 꼭 아이가 이제 고등학생이 아니더라도 그런 공연들에 이제 참여를 해주시고 이제 같이 아이들하고 함께 와서 보시면은 아주 좋은 경험이 될 것 같습니다.
We're a little tight on time, so I'm going to skip ahead. And I would like to get to this because I really do want to hear from y'all. So here's our next question on Padlet. The question is, think of a time when you listened critically to music with your child. And how did that go? When I mean critically, I don't mean, that one's slow, that one's loud. Not that critical. This is sort of like active listening. You're listening to a song with your kid, and you're like, wait, do you hear that? There's an electric piano in the background. And then your kid's going to say, I hear it. How did you hear that? When was the last time you guys did that? How did it go? What worked? Have you ever talked about your own favorite singer, why you like that singer? How did that go? Does your child like the same music as you? And it's okay if you have a different answer.
그래서 이제 저희가 이제 마지막으로 한번 이제 같이 서로 공유하고 질문을 나눌 거는요. 그래서 아이들하고 같이 좀 집중적으로 그 음악을 들었던 기회가 있었는지 한번 고민해 보시면 좋을 것 같아요. 이 크리티컬 띵킹이라는 거는 그냥 좋다 나쁘다 이런 정도가 아니고 좀 집중적으로 들으면서 그 배경에 있는 그런 전자피아노 소리 들려? 뭐 이런 질문들을 서로 아이하고 공유했던 적이 있는지 그랬을 때 그런 아이들의 반응이 어땠는지 그리고 어떤 또 효과가 있었는지 그리고 여러분들이 자녀들하고 여러분들이 가장 좋아하는 음악 인에 대해서 얘기를 해보신 적이 있는지, 그리고 그 얘기를 했을 때 어떤 반응이 왔는지, 그리고 아이들이 또 여러분들하고 같은 음악을 또에 관심이 있었는지 등 이런 질문들을 같이 나눠주시면 좋습니다.
All right, I'm going to give you about 5 minutes. Go ahead and get on there. Write in your answer. You can
그래서
write it
5분
in
정도?
any language you feel comfortable in.
5분 정도 시간 드리고 이제 답변을 남겨주셔도 좋고 또 서로 그 그룹에서 공유해 주셔도 좋습니다.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to.
A little over too. Doesn't there's nothing booked after.
Yeah, I can go up until like maybe 9:40.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
And then we got that fire drill, so they'd have to.
Fun.
It's going well. It's going well.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Nice.
You notice the culture shift.
That's nice.
How much are they just like they enjoy it? They're laughing. It's like it's that camaraderie.
Sweet, man. This is your format. This is smart, man.
Yeah.
It really is. It's good.
Massively successful. Super happy with it.
And plus, it's like it works with instead of against. There's so much strength in our like that.
I love
And
it.
it permeates.
Oh yeah.
You get like not too strong parents and it just
Yeah, exactly. Just
you're in that chat room. It's like, yeah, they're doing this. Actually, we'll think about it.
Yeah.
There's probably a reason why they're doing that. It's just
Exactly.
crazy. Instead of, yeah, let's get our pitchforks.
exactly. The other thing too is like it shows that like I love that it's teachers up there.
Mhm.
And it's 'cause it shows like you guys are in this place and they see it.
Legitimizes it too. I was telling Lauren, I was so happy that she was doing hers, especially mine. I think inherently those who sign up, they get the why. They're just interested in how.
Yeah.
With
That's
hers,
right.
the why they don't get to it.
Exactly.
It's just playtime. Like, that's a waste of time. Actually, at this age,
Yeah.
that's like brain food.
So
man.
important.
They need it.
Unless they do that, then you
Like
like
they don't get anything because when they like teenagehood, like that part of their brain is kind of plasticized.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
I could do it, but it's like,
yeah.
oh boy, how do I do this again? How do I be creative? Do anything you want.
Yeah.
When you're in kindergarten, you're like, okay, cool, thanks.
Exactly.
And by the time they're in 5th grade, the capstone is going. How did you think of that?
Did you ever read like Ken Robinson stuff?
Mm-mm.
He's like, he just passed away a couple years ago. So Sir Ken Robinson, he's like all about that. But he calls it like his stuff's about unschooling schools, and it's all about neuroplasticity and like exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
Like kids when they're younger, they're super creative.
The
Their
golden
IQ's
hour.
off the charts.
Yeah.
But then as schooling happens and they become so regimented, they lose all of that. It's so fascinating.
Oh, you're good.
You guys do
You're good. I'm so happy to see these great responses. Great, that's awesome. Thank y'all for sharing that. All right, we're going to move on. I think. There we go. Okay. I guess you could probably guess where this analogy's headed.
이제 서로 이야기 나눠주신 거 이렇게 적극적으로 해주셔서 감사드리고요. 이제 보시면은 아마 어느 정도는 좀 감이 오실 것 같아요. 이제는.
This one's really difficult for me because I'm kind of, well, let's be honest, I'm the biggest person in the room right now, so this is really difficult for me to talk about. But hey, I'm going to the gym 3 times a week, ladies. I'm trying. Just imagine if I didn't do that. Just imagine. But you have to put in the time. This case is really based on a book, Malcolm Gladwell's. It's about 10,000 hours to be a pro at anything. If you want to be a master at virtually anything, it's just time. So be patient, give it time. If you want your kids to eat healthy and be healthy and exercise, they need to do that regularly, not just hardcore for one audition schedule and then they never practice that instrument again, or for one summer camp they play, flute 4 hours a day for 2 weeks and then they never touch it again. That's not how we want kids to be learning at SJA. It's about habits. And so one of my jobs as a music teacher who teaches the youngest kids is to never forget the joy, the expression of music. The technical aspects, of course, that's one of my jobs, is to help. And I'm very good at that. As you as the parent, I want to caution to say, try not to worry about the technical side. They need to learn about this part, because I can't teach them that. Why do we do it? Why is it important? I'll try, but I'm not your child's father. You're the mom. And your influence about your eating habits, your exercise habits, has a direct impact on your child's eating habits and workout habits. The same is true for music. So if you want them to be great at music, you should stick to something, even if it isn't music. Let's say that you're really into a certain sport, and your child always sees that you go to Pilates every single Saturday. They're going to start respecting the act of doing something and sticking with it. So music is kind of the same way. I just want to point that out.
그래서 이제 지금 제가 말씀드리고 싶은 거는 이제 습관 기르기인데요. 부모로서 이제 기술적인 부분은 너무 신경을 안 쓰셔도 될 것 같아요. 그거는 이제 저희 교사들이 또 제가 잘하는 부분이기도 하고요. 중요한 거는 제가 할 수 없는 부분인데, 이거는 이제 집에서 루틴 계속해서 이제 그런 습관을 잡아주는 부분입니다. 그래서 아이들이 꼭 그게 이제 음악이 될 필요는 없고, 이 시간에는 이거를 하는 거야라는 어떤 그게 운동이 될 수도 있고, 뭐 필라테스가 될 수도 있고, 그런 모습들을 계속 보여주시면은 그 부모님의 습관이 아이들에게 직접적인 영향을 미치기 때문에 이러한 습관, 루틴을 계속 잡아주시면은 그러면 아이들도 자연스럽게 그런 부분들을 받아들이고 또 음악 연습 또는 음악 교육에도 영향을 미칠 것 같습니다.
All right, so where to start? So I've talked a lot about how music is good, but what is really music? I mentioned before that we're all singers, but there's so many other options too. There's brass, there's woodwinds, there's strings. There's a whole new world of DAW music, D-A-W music, that's using programs like GarageBand, Ableton, Pro Tools. That's a big thing. In fact, here at our SJA High School, we have an entire class dedicated to digital music production, and it's incredible. And I mean, it's no surprise, children as early as, if your child can type on a keyboard, they can make music using a MIDI keyboard. They're ready to make digital music. It's really rewarding. Drums are an option. The short version is, there's no bad option here. All of these are wonderful avenues, and I encourage each one of these.
그래서 이제 그 음악에는 지금 보신 것처럼 너무 많은 다양한 옵션들이 있어요. 그래서 간단하게 말씀을 드리자면은 이 중에서 이제 나쁜 옵션은 없어요. 지금 뭐 현악기든지 관악기든지 음악이든지 뭐 타악기든지, 그리고 위에 보시면은 이제 디지털 음악, 아이들이 SJ에는 이제 디지털 음악을 가르치는 수업이 있다고 합니다. 근데 이제 아이들이 자기 이름 쓸 수 있을 정도, 그리고 타이핑할 수 있으면은 디지털 음악도 바로 배울 수 있다고 하는데, 아무튼간에 이제 이런 음악 교육을 시작하는 데 있어서 이 모든 다양한 옵션들이 있지만 중요한 거는 나쁜 선택은 없다라는 것입니다.
Now, having said that, I do have a preference. They're all good. The entry level for strings is going to be more difficult. It's a more difficult instrument for a young child who doesn't have hand-eye coordination yet. It's quite expensive, the maintenance is difficult, and the room for error is quite high, and it could be discouraging at first. So if that's your goal, that's fine. But just understand that that is one of the barrier of entries for a child to learn music.
그래서 이제 제가 이제 뭐 다 이제 나쁜 선택이 아니라고 옵션이 아니라고 말씀드렸지만 제가 선호하는 건 사실 있어요. 현악기를 예를 들자면은 현악기는 진입 장벽이 높고 실수할 수 있는 확률 또 배우는 데 있어서 시간이 좀 많이 걸리는 부분이 있어요. 그래가지고 그런 부분들이 있다는 것을 말씀드립니다.
There's another option to consider is that we as parents, we're already adults and we have well-formed opinions and ideas. Well, your 4-year-old probably doesn't. So if we present this with them and they're like, hey, Ate, do you want to play this? Do you want to play that? They're going to say, I want to play soccer. What are you talking about? So if that happens, which is, I would say the majority of us are parents of children that just sort of generally like all of this, but are not like, at 4 years old, Mom, I'm going to be a trumpeter. I mean, that's great, but if they don't know, my number one recommendation is, of course, piano. It goes to all other instruments later.
그래서 이제 여러분들이 이제 입문을 할 때 있어서 이제 아이에게 뭐 어떤 음악을 하고 싶어, 어떤 악기를 하고 싶어 이러고 물어보면 엄마 무슨 소리야? 난 축구하고 싶어 이렇게 얘기를 하는 경우가 대부분일 거라고 생각을 합니다. 그래서 이제 제가 추천을 드리는 이제 그래도 입문하기 좋은 악기는 역시 피아노입니다.
Yeah, these are all wonderful books. I've either used these myself as a student, I've taught these myself. There's not a single bad program here. And as far as I understand, there's quite a lot of pretty good piano teachers in the area. I do want to caution you that if you are interested in doing that, start especially with early childhood and middle childhood, the younger kids, group lessons. One-on-one is, to be honest with you, it's a waste of your money. It's going to be a little bit more pricey, and your return of investment isn't going to be as high. Start with the group lessons, the one where the teacher kind of pops in the room a little bit. Take your time. Always remember, the thing that I can't teach is the love of music. So just start with that. Having said that, all of these books, these are wonderful ways to start, even at home with you. You could be helping with teaching this.
여기 있는 책들은 다 굉장히 훌륭한 책들이 제가 사용했던 거고 또 이 책을 통해서 가르치기도 했고요. 그래서 여기 있는 책들 중에서 이제 다 좋은 책들이니까 선택을 하는 데 있어서 무리가 없으실 것 같고 그리고 이제 피아노 레슨을 시작할 때 한 가지 말씀을 드리자면은 처음 시작할 때는 개인 레슨보다는 그룹 레슨으로 시작을 해주시는 게 좋아요. 저희가 이제 아이들에게 이제 그런 환경을 만들 수는 있지만 그 음악에 대한 사랑은 이제 아이들에게 가르쳐 주기가 쉽지 않잖아요. 그래서 가끔씩 이제 선생님이 와가지고 이렇게 한 번씩 이렇게 지적해 줄 수 있는 그런 그룹 레슨으로 시작을 해주시는 게 여러모로 뭐 경제적으로도 그렇고 또 아이들 정서적으로도 그렇고 훨씬 더 도움이 될 것 같습니다.
Oh, just a brief scheduling thing. Parents, we're almost out of time, but good news. My boss is right over there, and he said it's okay. Can I go for like another 10 minutes? Would that be okay? If anybody has plans to do, it's okay. You can be excused.
사실 지금
I'm going to judge you a little bit.
예, 시간이 지금 저 거의 다 끝났는데 다행인 거는 지금 제 상관이 지금 방에 있어요. 그래서 한 10분 정도 더 제가 떠들어도 된다라고 얘기를 했는데
Is that okay?
괜찮으신가요?
There's one mom. 아니요.
어머니 한 분은 좀 아니라고 이렇게 살짝.
Alrighty. There's a bunch of digital options as well. I'm not going to be talking a whole lot about all of them, but just so you know, there's a lot of great options digitally. I actually have a little breakdown on the next slide that can show you pros and cons of these.
그래서 이제 디지털로 이제 그 피아노를 배울 수 있는 여러 가지 좋은 옵션도 있고요. 다음 슬라이드에서는 제가 이제 장점과 단점을 간단하게 말씀드리겠습니다.
I especially want to advocate for these if you have a child that's sort of on the fence and you don't want to have a full commitment to a one-on-one teacher yet, and they seem sort of like, I don't know. For younger children, basically all of elementary aged, the digital learning apps, they're gamified, they're fun, and they do have a limit. They're never going to become professional pianists from only the app, but it's a pretty good way to start. So I do want to show some of the pros and cons of these
그래서 이제 이
programs.
디지털 앱의 장점은 아직 이제 좀 그 약간 고민하고 계시는 분들 있잖아요. 발을 들여놓을까 말까 고민하시는 분들의 아이들이 있는 경우 이게 이제 여러 가지 게임 형식으로도 돼 있고 물론 이걸 가지고 이제 전문 연주인이 되지는 않아요. 그렇지만 이런 그 앱을 가지고 이제 시작을 해 보시면은 아이들에게 좀 많은 흥미를 끌 수 있을 것 같습니다.
We got the prices here, but more important than that is the pros. So Flowkey would be more like if you want a traditional piano teaching experience, get Flowkey. If you want a quote-unquote real teacher, and I do mean real, there's a virtual teacher somewhere in the world that can do one-on-one feedback and access with Scoof. I have no idea where they are in the world because you never see their face, but they're there. And I've actually had feedback where I was like, whoa, how did you know I played it that way? Because, yeah, so Scuv would be, if you want a one-on-one, it's a little bit more pricey, but it's good for that. Simply Piano is sort of the one that that's my go-to response. If any parent is like, maybe my kid is into piano, I don't know. Simply Piano, it's fun, it's cheap, it's quick, and moms, pay attention, one paid account is actually 5 paid accounts. So, Mrs. Kim, Mrs. Park, Mrs. Lee, you guys can all, you get an account. You get an account. Now you can, if you pay once, you can share it with many people, and you can have different profiles. So like my family, I have my profile, my daughters each have a profile, and their 2 best friends have a profile. And they use it at their house. And I'm like, ooh, Bibiana's doing pretty good on this. I don't know. And then finally, Piano. I really like this one as well because if you pay for Piano, you're also getting a drum program, a singing program, a guitar program, all for the same price. This one is more like, these days, YouTube lessons, like 10-minute YouTube lessons with a camera that's over the piano with kind of like a young, fun kind of teacher. It's a single lesson, per video. And they've got beginner lessons, intermediate lessons, difficult lessons. So if you think you've got a family of musicians or that they might be into drums, might be into singing, might be into guitar, definitely Piano is the way to go. If you're not sure, start with Simply Piano. And Floki and Scuv, I think, are a little bit better for intermediate to advanced kids, closer to 5th grade. But the younger kids, I would start with here.
그래서 간단하게 이제 좀 정리를 해드리자면은 이제 플로키 같은 경우는 좀 전통적인 음악 그 방법으로 이제 가르치고 있고요. 그래서 조금 고학년들에게 조금 더 좋을, 그러니까 조금 경험이 있는 피아노 경험이 있는 친구 고학년들에게 좋을 것 같고요. 두 번째 스쿠브 같은 경우는 특징이 이제 연주를 하고 또 1대1 피드백을 받을 수 있는 특징이 있고요. 만약에 이제 아이들이 입문이고 피아노를 시작할까 말까 고민하신다면은 심플리 피아노를 추천을 드려요. 왜냐하면은 일단은 게임도 있고 아주 초급자들에게 이게 잘 되어 있는 앱이고 제일 중요한 거는 또 하나의 어카운트를 가지고 5명이 공유를 할 수 있어요. 그래서 이제 뭐 철수 엄마, 영희 엄마 등등등 5명이서 나눠 가지고 돈을 내시면 될 것 같고요. 그 다음에 마지막으로는 이제 이 피아노트라는 거는 커리큘럼이 딱 정해져 있고 그리고 비디오도 있고요. 그리고 중요한 거는 이제 또 드럼, 또 음악, 노래 그리고 기타 등 또 다른 악기들을 좀 경험을 해보고 싶다라고 하시면은 돈을 내고 피아노뿐만 아니라 이제 이런 경험들도 아이들에게 선사를 할 수 있을 것 같습니다.
But of course, there's cons to everything. Floki it really is one thing. It does one thing really well, and it's very, very similar to just buying the books to Bastien or Alfred. So just consider that if you're already going to be using Bastien or Alfred's like piano books at home, Floki is just going to be using the same books. So just something to consider. Scuv 100% requires you to read music from the get-go. So again, that's probably more suited for intermediate. I think by the time we have our children in middle school or high school, that's probably a better option. But for elementary, I wouldn't recommend it. Simply Piano, it lacks in depth. You can quote unquote graduate the program and get a certificate and still not play very well. Just keep that in mind. It's very gamified. It's cute. It's fun. But they don't teach form. There's a quick little 10-second, make sure you're sitting straight, don't hunch, and that is it. So you have to watch that. You have to say, hey, why are you using your toes? This piano uses hands, don't use your toe. And piano is really, really great, but you need to be self-disciplined for that one. Everything is laid out for you, and it's in bite-sized lessons, but it has to be, the student has to want to do it, so just keep that in mind. Probably not appropriate for a first grader, I would say. And it is all in English, but the good news is because it's available, the videos are hosted on YouTube, there's an automatic translation. And I have seen the Korean translation. It's pretty good. So keep that in mind. Much more appropriate for older kids, younger kids, middle school. And then if you want the old school approach, that's also available.
그래서 이제 위에서 보시면 이제 이거는 뭐 단점들을 지금 소개를 하는 건데요. 플로키 같은 경우에는 요 바스티엔 앤 알프레드라는 어떤 교재랑 굉장히 비슷해요. 그래서 전통적으로 한 가지이기 때문에 만약에 책으로 공부를 하는 게 더 선호하시면은 그 웹사이트는 그걸 비슷하기 때문에 크게 다르지 않고요. 두 번째 같은 경우에는 약간 이제 독해력이 좀 필요합니다. 그래서 간단한 영어를 읽을 수 있는 정도의 능력이 있어야지 시작을 할 수 있고요. 심플리 피아노 같은 경우에는 깊이가 많이 떨어집니다. 그리고 설명하는 부분들이 아주 한 10초 되는 짧은 그런 것밖에 없기 때문에 그런 부분들은 이제 유의를 하시고, 그래서 아주 처음 시작하는 친구들에게는 좋을 것 같고요. 피아노트 같은 경우에는 그 아주 자세하게 설명도 되어 있고 레슨 그런 비디오도 많이 있지만, 그렇기 때문에 아이가 정말 하기를 원해야 되는 그 동기부여가 좀 확실해야 되는 그런 부분들은 있습니다.
So I mentioned the recommendations already, but more importantly, if I can get this thing to work, there we go. All right. As much as I want to do this question, I actually do want to skip to the next one. Come on, clicker. There we go. We've kind of reached the end of this. I want to talk about, I want to hear from you some of the things that you used to think, maybe now that you think, and then what do you still have questions about? You can use Padlet for this. We can just do this old school if you want to raise your hand and we can come by and listen, ask questions. But at this point, I want to hear from you. I've been talking a lot. I'm very interested in hear what y'all have to say. What questions do you have? What would you like to see next for learning about music? What other wonders that you have about music learning? So.
그래서 이제 마지막으로 이제 저는 이제 오늘 얘기를 많이 했고요. 이제 여러분들의 이야기를 듣고 싶은데요. 첫 번째 질문은 내가 이전에는 이렇게 생각을 했었고, 이제 첫 번째 질문이고요. 이제 두 번째는 이제 오늘 이제 이 수업을 들으면서 현재 나는 어떻게 생각을 하고 있고, 그리고 마지막은 아직도 궁금한 점은 무엇인지에 대해서 듣고 싶습니다.
Nobody wants to be the first one to raise
그래서
their hand.
처음 이제 하고 싶은 사람은 아무도 없네요.
In my class, I use a little card system. I'm like, all right, and it's Alvin's mom, and she's like,
그래서 수업 시간에 제가 카드 시스템을 써가지고 이제 한 명씩 지목을 하는데, 혹시라도 이제 공유를 나눠주실 수 있는 분 있으실까요?
yeah, that's fine. Well, listen, if you would like to leave some thoughts on there, or if you really want to give me some good feedback. Yep.
We have a
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, if I can do this. Okay. Yeah. Impossible. Next question.
불가능합니다. 다음 질문이요.
No, she's right. We're all busy parents. We all have, it's impossible to have a perfect schedule. The GEC definitely does have a lot of options for us, but especially if you are kind of on your own, whether you're a single parent or geographically single, I mean, perhaps your spouse is on the mainland, it is really, really hard. Can I ask what ages are your children?
당연히 몇 살인지
That's hard. If they're, from middle school and above, I would say, all right, kid, well, the drum place is there. I'm going to be at home. Walk home. Because honestly, by the time they're in middle school, as long as it's walking distance or bicycle riding distance, that's part of their study, right? Let them do it.
그래서 중학교 이상 되면은 이제 이제 저기 드럼을 배울 수 있는 곳은 저곳이니까 끝나면 그냥 집에 걸어와, 이런 식으로 이제 해서 시간을 좀, 아이들이 이제 그것도 이제 배움의 어떤 과정이 단계이기 때문에 그렇게 해주셔도 괜찮을 것
It's
같아요.
hard to tell that, but it's true. So I find that I do a compromise with my middle schoolers. By the way, I did not do this compromise when they were in elementary. Elementary, I dropped them off, I picked them up, I waited. But in middle
초등학교에서는 이제
school,
타협이 없었고요. 이제 중학교 같은 경우에는
if it's bad weather, I'll drop you off, and then you can walk back, or vice versa. I just ask them, like, hey kid, you got your thing at 5 today. What do you want to do? Most of the time, by middle school, they can tell me. Can I share a personal thing that I've learned? I've learned that my middle schoolers, as much as they love me, they don't really need me 24/7, and they like the quietness of not hearing this.
그래서 이제 저희 중학교 아이들 같은 경우에는 제가 24시간 붙어 있을 필요도 없고요. 좋아하지도 않고요. 그리고 제 모습을 좀 가끔 안 보는 것도 되게 좋아하고, 그 본인만의 어떤 그 조용함, 이런 거를 즐깁니다.
They can call their friends, and plus, y'all remember what it was like growing up either in the 80s or 90s. We had a lot more free time that was unscheduled. Kids these days have everything scheduled out, even just the 10 minutes for you to go from cello to back home or cello to math, whatever it is. if they can manage it, let them manage it. Just
만약에
let them try.
네, 이제 저희가 이제 저희 어렸을 때 보면은 저희는 좀 자유 시간이 좀 많았었는데 이제 아이들이 그 왔다 갔다 하는 뭐 10분 정도 걸어가는 시간도 본인들이 할 수 있으면은 본인들이 그 시간을 활용할 수 있도록 네, 내버려 두시면은 좋을 것 같아요.
I'm one of those dads where I look tough, but I'm actually a big teddy bear. So like when the kids come in, hey, how was your walk? Are you okay? Oh my God, you got wet. I'm the worst dad in the world. Listen, I've got medicine right here. I've got food right there. I'm sorry, I'll never let you walk in the rain ever again.
제가 이제
So
굉장히
I
터프한
understand, it's hard.
네,
But
이렇게.
if we want our kids to become independent, especially as they get into high school, we need to let go. Let them try. Let them try.
네, 그래서 이제 저도 이제 아빠로서 굉장히 터프해 보이지만 사실 굉장히 이렇게 마음이 여리고 그래서 막 가끔 이제 막 애들한테 울면서 미안하다고도 얘기하는데 그 10분 걸어가게 해서 미안해라고 얘기하는 경우도 있는데 그래도 저희가 이제 어른으로서 또 아이들이 그런 시간들을 본인들이 이제 독립적으로 사용할 수 있도록 좀 내버려 두어야 되는 필요도 있는 것 같아요.
It's a great question. Great question. Where's my second great question?
자, 두
I'm
번째
feeling
훌륭한
somewhere
질문.
over here. I knew it. That's a really great question. What age?
몇 살이죠 아이가?
For second grade, if a parent or if a student wants to learn two different instruments, very appropriate. By the time that they get out of fifth grade, it'd be nice if they could focus on one. So I would like you to consider all of elementary school to be sort of like buffet, like we went to Veeps. I'll take a little bit of piano, take a little bit of drums. Oh, I don't like drums. Not going to do that again. Ooh, clarinet. Oh, I actually hate that. Never mind. You know, so I would say it's fine. It's psychologically, it's not going to hurt them at all. If anything, it's going to help them. But I would say allow them to start that. This is golden hour, ladies. This is like the best time to try something. Because we all know, once they get into high school, middle school and high school, at that point, if they're studying for AP exams and they're like, hey, Mom, can I start playing flute? Why? What are you talking about? You're going to Harvard. You don't need flute. Stop that nonsense. Now's the best time. Yeah, if they ask, I say go for it.
네, 지금은 이제 뭐 만약에 이제 두 가지 이제 초등학교 어머님이시잖아요. 그래서 두 가지를 하더라도 세 가지를 하더라도 지금은 너무너무 좋은 시기인 것 같아요. 아이들이 이제 선택을 하고 또 이제 탐구하는 시간이기 때문에 하겠다고 하면은 해주시고요. 이제 아이들이 이제 고등학교 올라가가지고 갑자기 엄마한테 나 플룻 배우고 싶어 그러면은 이게 미쳤냐고 할 수도 있잖아요. 그래가지고 그런 경우는 이제 조금 어려울 수도 있는데 이제 5학년 지나고 나서 이제 중학교, 고등학교 올라갈 때는 한 가지에 집중을 해주시면은 좋을 것 같아요.
Sure, yeah. Sure, one last question. These are wonderful questions, by the way. Y'all are making my day today. I'm happy. Yes, ma'am. For what age group?
몇 살이에요?
4학년. For the double check with the question. For we want to make it like
Yeah, so the student is tends to give up. Like he's exploring, the student's exploring a lot, but it doesn't go into in depth.
I'm really glad that you mentioned that because I mentioned from the beginning I have a dad hat and I have a parent hat. So I have two kids. One of them, she plays drums, piano, guitar, and she does digital music these days. And she's really into it. And then suddenly in second semester, sixth grade, she's like, hey, I don't want to do any of this anymore.
그래서 지금
Why?
그래서 지금
You're doing
제가-
great. And she said, I want to learn Spanish. I was like, why? She's like, Daddy, you speak Spanish. Not that well. Why do you want to learn Spanish? So yeah, I've had that with one daughter, and I just have to be patient. I want her to keep going, but I mean, this sounds very American of me, but it is her life, and I'm just allowing her to kind of take that time. But closer to your question is, my other daughter, we did ocarina, we did flute, we did violin, we did piano, we did guitar. Ask me how many instruments she plays now. And me too, I was like, babe, are you sure you don't want to do it? But you know what, when she got into middle school, she said, you know what, I'm thankful for the opportunity, but she realized I'm really into reading, I'm really into MUN, I'm really into running. Music is just not really for me at this point, but I love listening to it. So I thought at that point, I felt like a good dad. I kept my promise during elementary school. Let's try everything. And it just didn't work. Despite me having all those degrees that I showed you, my first kid, she's just not really into it. And of course, I'm so proud of her, but to answer your question, it's a difficult answer. We can't. We can't. I know it's hard to say that because we want to be like, no, I gave up as a kid. You're not going to give up. At some point, if it doesn't stick, back off. You never know. 10 years later, they might pick it up again.
그래서 이제 뭐 질문에 대한 이제 간단하게 말씀을 드리자면 저희 이제 자녀들에 대한 예시도 드렸지만 첫째 아이 같은 경우에는 정말 4가지 음악 집중적으로 하다가 갑자기 6학년 2학기쯤 돼가지고 이제 나 안 할래라고 갑자기 스페니시 배운다 그래가지고 굉장히 속상했던 적이 있었는데 그런 경우도 그냥 내려놓으셔야 되는 부분이 있고 저는 이제 아빠로서 또 내려놨고요. 그리고 두 번째 같은 경우는 아이가 이제 정말 다양한 음악을 경험을 했지만 지금 현재 할 수 있는 게 이제 없어요. 그래도 그 부분에 있어서도 제가 이제 이렇게 많은 그 음악 교육 관련 학위를 따도 제가 할 수 있는 부분이 없더라고. 아이가 안 하겠다고 하면 그럴 때는 이제 엄마로서 부모로서 살짝 뒤로 물러나서 기다려 주시는 게 좋을 것 같습니다. 왜냐하면은 그 미래는 어떻게 될지 몰라요. 10년 후에 갑자기 하고 싶다라고 할 수도 있고 또 빠른 시일 내에 또 어떤 자기가 이제 꽂히는 어떤 무언가의 악기가 있어가지고 또 하겠다라고 할 때는 그때는 집중적으로 할 수 있는 그런 경우가 생길 수 있기 때문에 지금은 다양하게 경험을 해주시고 아이의 말에 귀를 기울여주시면 좋을 것 같습니다.
I suppose I could tell you, you could make them, you could force them, and it's like a fighting thing, but I guarantee I've seen it. I've been teaching in Korea a long time. When I worked in Seoul, I saw that often, and they forced the kid to play violin, and technically, beautiful playing. You ask the kid, that was incredible, how do you feel? It's like, I hate violin. And you're like, are you serious? Like, my mom makes me do this. I'm never going to play this. The second I graduate, I'm never going to touch this. It was such a shock to me. I'm like, I've never heard somebody play that beautifully who hated their instrument.
그래서 이제 예전에 저희 이제 서울에서 이제 일을 할 때 정말 너무 훌륭하게 바이올린을 했던 친구가 있었고 뭐 기술적으로 뭐 완벽했고요. 그래서 이제 가서 너무 이제 인상 깊어가지고 와, 너 너무 잘한다. 어때 기분이라고 했을 때 나 이거 정말 혐오해. 나 이제 졸업하면 절대로 이거 악기 안 잡을 거야라고 얘기했던 친구들이 있어서 그때 제가 쇼크를 이제 굉장히 큰 충격을 받았습니다.
It's an excellent question. Yeah. So we've got some feedback here, and so try not to take too long because we have a fire drill that's happening very soon. So, yeah, in 10 minutes you're going to hear a loud sound. So stay and give me some feedback if you'd like, but otherwise please leave in 10 minutes because you're going to get scared.
화재 경보기가 울릴 거기 때문에 10분 후에는 무조건 나가 주셔야 되고 시간 남아서 피드백 해주시고 그리고 이제 자유롭게 이제.
Special round of applause for Mr. Danny Choi. Thank you so much, sir. Wonderful job, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming, everyone. Again, thank you to Dr. Smith. Another round of applause to Dr. Smith.
닥터, 우리 박사님께 좀.
And thank you again to Mr. Danny Choi. I think Danny's done about 10 of these sessions now. I think he's done more than anybody else in our faculty. One of the reasons why I absolutely love Parent University is, in the past, our sessions have really stuck to the core subjects, but now Parent University has really expanded out, and we've been able to show you what's happening in our special subjects, which are equally as important as well. So, thank you very much.
지금까지 저희가 이제 그 학부모 대학을 할 때 지금은 이제 그 코어 과목 이제 수학이라든지 독해, 독서, 영어, 그다음에 쓰기 이런 쪽으로 이제 많이 집중을 했었는데 이제 다양한 그런 학부모 이제 수업을 하면서 이제 저희가 그 스페셜 수업에도 이제 초청해가지고 할 수 있는 그런 기회가 돼서 너무 좋습니다.
And we have 2 more sessions, and then we've completed our Parent University sessions for the year. So after lunch at 12:30, we have our second last session, Fostering Creativity at Home, and then on Thursday we have our final session, which is Summer Reading.
그래서 이제 오후에 이제 마지막 뒤에서 두 번째 그 크리에이티비티 창의력을 집에서 이제 배양할 수 있는 그런 과목이 수업이 있고요. Did you say next Tuesday? 다음 주 목요일 날 이제 마지막 대망의 마지막 학부모 이번 주 목요일 날 또 마지막 그 학부모 수업이 있습니다.
So we hope to see you there. Please don't forget to give us some feedback. This is very important because it helps let us know what we want to do next year and what we can refine.
그래서 이제 다른 수업들도 놓치지 마시고요. 나머지 2개 수업 놓치지 마시고 그리고 또 피드백이 저희가 이제 내년에 이런 또 프로그램을 진행하는 데 있어서 아주 유용한 정보가 되기 때문에 꼭 해주고 좀 부탁을 드리겠습니다.
Thank you very much, everyone.
네, 감사합니다.